Today we live in a society where there are many successful female entrepreneurs. One successful female entrepreneur, who we all may know, her name is Sarah Blakely. She has a unique story about how she came up with the idea for her product, how her idea was patented, and how she was offered the opportunity to create her product. According to an article published on inc.com, it was concluded that Sarah came up with her idea because she did not like traditional shapers. She didn't like them because they left lines and bulges on the thigh, and she didn't like the fact that her panty lines were visible underneath her clothing. Sarah Blakely owned a pair of cream-colored pants. They hung in her closet for a while until one night she decided that she wanted to wear those pants to a party. Now, she still didn't like the idea that her panty lines were visible in those pants. So she decided to cut off the feet of a pair of control top pantyhose, wear those control top pantyhose under her pants, and she looked thinner and her panty lines were smoother. She was satisfied with the result, so she believed that an idea like this should exist for women. She believed in her idea about the product so much, she wanted to get her idea patented. First, Sarah Blakely called the Georgia Chamber of Commerce and she requested specifically for a female patent attorney. A female patent attorney would understand her idea more because the idea for the product that Sarah had is a product that would be beneficial for women. Unfortunately, a female patent attorney did not exist in Georgia at that time. But Sarah kept on going. She moved on to her next step, and she met in person with 3 law firms. The patent attorneys of those 3 law firms were all male. She presented the idea to the men, and some of them believed that her product wouldn't be a success, yet she was still offered the opportunity to patent her idea. And it was estimated to cost about $3,000 to $5,000. Now, in a speech that Sarah gave in 2011 in New York at the Incorporated Women's Summit, she stated that she only had $5,000 in savings to start her business. $3,000 to $5,000 was too much to patent Sarah's idea. Instead, she decided to go to Barnes & Noble's and she searched for a book that would help her teach herself how to write her own patent. She ended up purchasing a book that was called Patent and Trademarks. She used that book to teach herself how to write her own patent. She did run across some problems writing her own patent. Fortunately, a few months later, she was offered the opportunity from one of the 3 law firms to patent her idea for only $700. That's a big difference from $3,000 to $5,000. So Sarah decided to patent her idea. Now that her idea was patented, she had to find a place to create her product. Sarah decided to go online and search for hosiery mills. Come to find out, most of the hosiery mills were located in North Carolina. Now, Sarah lives in Georgia at the time. She still decided to call the hosiery mill owners. She presented her idea to them, and they turned her down. They told her that they wouldn't be willing to help her create her product. After calling so many times, Sarah did not take no for an answer. Although she lived in Georgia, she decided to pack up and drive to North Carolina to meet with the hosiery mill owners in person. She presented her idea to them once again, and they still turned her down. They weren't willing to help her create her product. 2 weeks later, when Sarah got back home to Georgia from North Carolina, she received a call from one of the hosiery mill owners, and he told her that he would be willing to help her create her product. That's a lifesaver. So Sarah decided to go with that idea, and today Sarah is the owner of a multi-million-dollar company called Spanx. It was started in 1998, and it all started because she didn't like traditional shapers Neither did she like her panty lines to be visible. She went through trouble trying to get her idea patent, but she continued and she got a patent for $700. Even though she was told no so many times by hosiery mills that they would not help her create her product, she still continued and she received a call back to create her product. Now she has a company that generates multi-millions of dollars called Spanx.